Stream is now live.
Alright, so that worked.
That worked. All right. Let's give this a test. Test again. What'd it say? Connections, edit. Connections. All right, let's see if that works. It's weird. Testing. Let's go. Okay, that worked. Oh my god. I almost just spilled my Gatorade everywhere. She's a beauty, ain't she? Hmm. All right. I think we're good. What the fuck were we doing? Where's my marker? Where is the fort? There you are. No, I didn't mean to do that. Shit. Okay, I fucking hate Discord. It's the fucking worst. Quit Discord. It makes so many fucking noises. Let's close that down. Get out of here. All right, that works. That's annoying that it wouldn't let me use my force palm. What's up, boys? I'm here to fight. I'm ready to fight. Oh, you want me to go up here?
You're back, Greymane.
Was that a dragon?
Daddy's back.
No, we've no time. Come. As you've likely guessed, the situation's worsening out there.
It appears the flying fortress was not their only weapon.
Should we delay the attack?
Let's wait for the Marshal's report.
The scouts returned. It's a cannon. A gigantic fucking cannon. We thought the fortress was our only obstacle. But we can't just march against that monstrous thing. Morale will dissipate the moment the men lay eyes on it.
Why do you do this to me? I'm here to fuck shit up. What? Alrighty then. Get up, bro. I'm not... You know what? Where's my fucking dragon? I forgot I got a dragon. For me, can't summon in there. I got a dragon. How do I summon my dragon? Alright, I'm scared. We're gonna have to figure out, because this is not the correct way. I wonder why it said I can't summon in the air. It's the only way to summon. cooldown required before summoning. Well, what the hell am I supposed to do then? I guess I'll just go fucking home and take a nap? Like, what the fuck? They're making me take a nap. Ooh, what was that? Did I just see? Oh. Alright, give me a 12-hour rest down. 12 hours. Dead of night. Fly the dragon. Dragons can see good during the day, but they can see even better at night. Ring of fire. What are you talking about? Look how fucking badass this looks. Okay.
Watch it, what?
So I just legitimately have to wait. I slept 12 hours for nothing. 50-minute cooldown. So I just can't do this mission right now. Yellow, mama. Yellow. What are you doing? Sorry, what'd you say?
I'm pulling into the garage. Would you be able to help me?
Yeah, I'll be right out.
Thanks.
All right, bye. Come on, Theodore. Theodore.
Desert. I want to talk about.
years of radio silence, trailers that vanished into the void, and delays that started feeling less like setbacks and more like a slow motion cancellation, the gaming world.
I'm the developer of the game, The Tower. I want to make a tower defense game that nearly into Shambhala.
In this Crimson Desert video. So what else actually is there for you? Well guys, today I have a great way to see you earning tons of XP, tons of this artifacts, so that XP farm, which I also remember though guys. This is limited, once it stops filling and turns grey, can no longer earn this artifacts they use slaying enemies and earn XP that way. So yeah. Okay, so before we get into this part, it's important to know that you will lose 1 month's of Tomaso contribution rate, but it seems to be very, very minute. You'll also need at least 100 silver, which you will lose at the end of your farm. This is because you are slaying those friendly NPCs while they're friendly until you attack them. Because this puts a bounty on your forehead. It's a max light of 100 silver, which you get to in about 5 seconds of doing this. This can then be paid off at any church which removes the bounty and the red from your man. So don't worry about that either, as long as you have 100 silver. If you don't care about this, you are good to abuse this farm. Now, I always recommend you using those attitude gears on your arm for increased XP gains. You can have an additional 100% XP gains if you have enough of those gears, and a massive geyser to find between these two pins, which give you particularly good way of earning those of these artifacts. So as you can see on the screen now, guys, I'm just fine in that first pin, earning that XP. So I'm done here, guys. Normally when this cars start to slow down, regards to how many there are, I normally leave the last few minutes make my way to the west side pit, which is here on screen. Now what I will say here, guys, is once you get to this pit, overrun it slightly, so go to the cells. This is the perfect distance away so that the enemy's bodyguards first before you release bomb. So just run to the cells, then run to the second pit. Just do the exact same regards, take them all out. You got minimal on your minimap, minimal red dots. Simply go back to that first pit, get a game, and just do exactly as I do. Select, yeah, that's buzz up. You won't earn any more of these artifacts in regards to slaying enemies for them. You have to stick to your side missions, main missions, etc., etc. You've got to do what you and hope this video.
We will return to Solomon's embrace. Rest easy. I'm here for any.
Hello, I'm with.
Hello there.
Yes, I have researched every.
Baby,
Yeah.
could you take the clothes out of the dryer?
Yeah.
And the wash into the dryer?
Yep.
In our original review of Crimson Desert, we pointed out a bunch of flaws that only add to greatness. We awarded it an excellent but deserving 8 out of 10. Now things have changed again. frame rate for the most part. It did tank quite noticeably in battles, when there were numerous enemy forces in play. But now, that's all a thing of the past. The forced 4K option has addressed a lot of those blurry textures. While the game does stutter in intense sections, the option to turn off the...
If your combat still feels a bit basic in Crimson Desert, you're probably missing some of the best stuff. Because you see, Crimson Desert has some insane hidden techs like instant teleports, air grapples, wrestling slams, even moves that look like they're straight out of Monster Hunter or even Street Fighter. So the cool thing and also the problem is that the game barely tells you any of this, meaning that we as a community need to share and discover all of the cool things that we can do. Not only that, but Pyramids have been updating the game, adding in brand new moves and making changes to the way the moves are executed, meaning there is always a lot to learn. So in this video, we're showing you the easy ways to start using these combos, the hidden follow-ups that you're probably missing, and the moves that instantly make you look like a god in combat. So let's get into it. Since you requested it, we've added these buttons to platforms. Just be aware that this wasn't something we planned to do before Crimson Desert launch, so we had to brute force all of our button assets from our vault to fit, so some things may not be perfect. For example, we tested both the controller and PC inputs for every combo in the video to make sure they're right for you. And on PC, there is some slight differences in timing and execution, but the actual combo inputs should be correct on PC, just the timings may vary. We recommend using controller for combat in this as it is just a lot smoother, but that being said, they are making updates on the controls soon, so hopefully we see improvements there. And some of the moves do require the base skills to be unlocked before they will work, so make sure you have a majority of the skill tree unlocked. For example, Default Boost requires both Default and Double Jump to be unlocked. One of Cliff's coolest abilities has got to be the Winch and Ambush that allows you to teleport to enemies, and some players are having difficulty executing it, because normally the game makes you aim with the Axiom Force Winch manually. However, after certain moves and launches, you're actually given the option to do it with just a simple click in of the hopefully we see improvements there. And some of the moves do require the base skills to be unlocked before they will work, so make sure you have a majority of the skill tree unlocked. For example, Default Boost requires both Default and Double Jump to be unlocked. One of Cliff's coolest abilities has got to be the Winch and Ambush that allows you to teleport to enemies, and some players are having difficulty executing it, because normally the game makes you aim the Axiom Force Winch manually. However, after certain moves and launches, you're actually given the option to do it with just a simple click in of the Axiom Winch button to automatically grab enemies as a follow-up. Now, previously the winch didn't work on the trading dummy, but since the update, you can now practice all of your combos on it, and it even has some Easter egg animations. A super easy winch follow-up is after a turning slash, as this will launch the enemy. To do this, all you need to do is a turning slash and then immediately press the winch button. Alternatively, you can do a turning slash and then double tap the button, which we found is easier for us to execute, but harder to do any follow-ups after that. So the double press is better for just dragging enemies. You also have the option to teleport, which is done by inputting Ambush as soon as you see the winch appear to teleport. We found that the easiest way to execute this is to commit to the press, and what we mean by that is that as soon as you press the winch button, always just rapidly press afterwards the teleport button, and then you'll see yourself hitting it much more consistently. Since the recent update, they have made it easier to execute this, as you can just hold the light attack button at the same time as the winch, and this will teleport you. So you should be able to teleport a bit more freely now. They also added the ambush ability to both Olka and Damien too, which is pretty nice. This automatic winch also works from most launches. For example, you can sprint into an enemy, hold the kick button, and then Axiom afterwards for a quick and dirty option. Funnily enough, this also works with the flash kick. To do this, sprint towards an enemy while holding the aim button, then press the unarmed button to do a flash kick, which will launch an enemy into the air, allowing you to then follow up with a winch if you want. The new update has also added a new move when you're dual wielding, as now when you're guarding, if you press the heavy attack button, you can throw one of your swords or weapons, and then you can retrieve it Thor style by walking up to it or pressing the heavy attack button again. It's really cool. Next, another move is the Force Palm Pulse, and this has received even more levels of charge, as you can now hold it with the unarmed attack button after doing a Force Palm to enter a charging state that will unleash a powerful attack that will send enemies flying. Interestingly, the new update has also changed how vaulting works. Previously, you could do it at any time without having to be attacking, but the update has now made it while performing another attack. The input itself has also been changed, so you now have to hold the jump button during a combo, but you can still do the light attack to do a follow-up smash attack. You can also hold the unarmed melee button to do a kick that will send enemies flying, and the coolest thing is they have now made the enemy bounce easier to do, as you can let go of the jump while vault jumping off them, allowing you to do a follow-up with any number of attacks. However, there have been some new ones discovered that the follow-up can do that players have figured out. For example, you can do a vault into a kick, then use your winch, which you can then either teleport to where the enemy is or drag them back to you. This is extremely cool as it allows you to continue your combos, and it's one of those ultimate flex moves when you're in the middle of a crowd of enemies. Another input that you can do is if you have the bow focus shot skills unlocked, you can hold the aim button down while vaulting to go into slow motion with your arrow shots. And even cooler than that, you can vault and then hold the aim button to do a charge shot for even more spice that will send you flying. You can also follow up with a force palm after the vault, which ultimately lets you go into some pretty creative things like body slams or meteor kicks. Next up, the Akira slide is done by sprinting and tapping the crouch button twice. But the really cool thing about this is that you don't actually need that much of a run to get this going, meaning you can still do it in the middle of battles. We found doing it after a roll is a great option to mix your combat up and add a bit of extra flair. And not only that, if you force palm while in this stance, you will boost yourself higher than normal, giving you even more options. Next up, something a lot of people want to know how to execute was the tackle. And this isn't the usual tackle, but a combat tackle that allows you to pummel an enemy. To do this, you simply want to...
I've been dying to get this for my dad's part. For myself too. I wish you were on sale.
Well, it's your just launched their biggest BOGO deal. You can now get 2 Q bands for just $199. That's only $199.50 each.
Oh god, here it comes.
While other trackers
Here he comes.
steps, Hume uses Harvard-developed AI to detect early warning signs of disease and medical lines.
Oh my god.
Track your biological age and vascular stress. There is no monthly subscriptions, and to make it even better, it's HSA and FSA eligible, so you can be getting it for $0 out of pocket. We've already protected over 1.3 million users, so please don't lose.
He just let Teddy lick that spoon.
Click the link below to grab 2 bands for $299 while they're still in stock.
After 250 hours, the build I'm about to show you is the most fun I've had in Crimson Desert. Look at that. I mean, just look at that. We're gonna walk around decking dudes looking like some Raiden Lightning Ninja mofo. It is gonna be sick. Now I'm gonna show you how to do it all. The gear breakdown, how to get the gloves, how to actually do these insane combos which juggle bosses, all of it. Honestly, I'm kind of in love. Yes, it's unarmed. We're literally not using a weapon because we don't need to. It's way more effective than expected, and I might legitimately prefer it to fighting with the greatsword. Among trying to make improvements to our last two-handed build, which thanks to you guys has been blowing up like crazy, shout out to all our new subscribers, you guys are very welcome here. The more I played, the more I realized I was building around one key item, these incredible gloves. These things changed everything for me. They made unarmed combat not only viable, but desirable. Little did I know how much I absolutely loved the moveset and expression the devs added into martial arts, which kind of makes sense given they're Korean and everything. So not only do we get pretty girls in our games...
What up guys, Warcompus, and today I'm showcasing my monk, fighter, wrestler, super guy, whatever the hell you want to call this. We are doing unarmed combat, and unarmed combat in this game is, I don't know, they don't even get to fight back. I feel like I gave the controller to my girlfriend who's never picked up the sticks before, and I am just beating the hell out of her in Street Fighter. It feels like that. It's insane. And the damage is really, really good on top of all the stunning. You're thinking, Compass, dude, I'm looking at the damage. It's like, whatever. Oh yeah, it's whatever. What about the 5-figure discount at the Death Punch store? What do you think about that? Oh my, guys, getting into the build. Make your character look however you want to make. It's completely up to you. I would suggest putting a shield on your back just because you get the...
Ladies, gentlemen, and gray maids of all ages, I've got something main thematic. So clearly the developers wanted this to happen. I said, I love martial arts in Crimson Desert. It is such a unique way to play this game, and it's unique in a lot of games that are similar to this too. And especially when you mix in the grappling and stuff like the clotheslines, the suplex X's, the lariats. It's all just really silly and fun at the same time to me. So today I wanted to focus on those gloves, which I talked about, that have lightning element attacks baked into them to make a martial arts build where they focus on lightning specifically. But of course you can just element imbue whatever choice of element you want for whatever the enemy you're fighting is weak to if you want, or you can just use volcanic eruption with fire element imbue because it's an insanely powerful combo against the majority of enemies in the game. Honestly, it is just sort of the best one for general use, but I like swapping my elements around. I think it's more fun, and that's why I'm using lightning a lot in the actual footage. And so the main thing that we're pairing this with is forced rain. We can only trigger this once per 3 hours, so you basically have to treat it like a once per short rest cooldown in D&D or something similar. But this matters because when it is raining, things get reduced lightning resistant, so we make use of some fun jewelry effects that thematically match our playstyle and give you a big burst of bonus power once every few hours for particularly difficult fights if you want to power through them. You can't use this for every fight unless you wait a long time in between the fights, but you can use this when something is particularly challenging. That said, to start with, let's talk about martial arts and unarmed combat in general. The combos that we are building around and what you can do with this setup to output great damage. First thing to note then is that unarmed and grappling have perhaps the most complex combo system in the game. There are unique attacks that grapples that can only happen if you execute them in a specific order of combos. So I won't be going over the entire moveset that you have available, as that would be like its own entire video. Instead, we'll focus on things that are particularly important to know for now. Heavy attacks then are your bread and butter punch combos, as they have a lot of movement to them and we make them unable to miss through skill tree upgrades. You can combo from a heavy attack into a force palm like this, and then you can combo from a force palm into a force palm pulse, which is in the skill tree, so we'll talk about that again in a moment when we get to that part of how we want to set your skill tree for the build. But this is a solid stagger build-up combo, specifically heavy force palm pulse, rather than pure damage. That said, you can combo from most generic fist attacks into a strong lariat type grapple move. These are A and X for Xbox, square and X for PlayStation, or F and right click at the same time for mouse and keyboard. We can also chain combo these into themselves if you have enough stamina, but it's worth noting that the majority of bosses cannot be grappled, at least not by Cliff. Basically, no enemy that isn't humanoid and no humanoids that are larger than Cliff can be grappled standardly with these standard grapple inputs. However, there are ways to circumvent that fact with the choice of combos that you do that let you grapple larger enemies. You can combo a fist attack in interesting ways here, and you can string them in together to change how they function. The baseline here is heavy attacks to start a combo if you are in melee range, as they do good damage and decent stagger, or alternatively, if you are further away, you want to start with the same input that is normally used for stabs on a sword, which is a light attack plus triangle or Y on controller. Regardless of which attack you do to start the combo, you generally want to follow up with a light attack. And then for any enemy that is humanoid and at least somewhat reasonably sized, even if they're a little bit bigger than Cliff, you can actually do a combo that is light attack, then Y or triangle, followed by X or square on controller. Not sure what the equivalent is on keyboard and mouse for those. And then you can hit the lariat grapple moment to do an elbow drop on them as well.
I'll give you the day off if you can prove to me you know your finances.
Absolutely, I'll do that.
How many subscriptions are you paying for?
Normally, Cliff cannot grapple enemies that are larger than he is, but this specific combo works even on humanoid enemies that I fought, even bigger ones. Anything that is humanoid, this does work for, which means that you can use it for lots of boss fights that grapples just don't normally work for. And not only do they do solid damage, but they just throw the enemy around the place, they lock him down for a bit too. If the boss cannot be grappled at all, if it's something that's just so big or so humanoid that it just doesn't actually help, you instead want to focus on doing 2 light attacks in a row to continue the combo, which will give you a multi-hit attack. You then also want to abuse Force Palm and Force Palm Pulse for stagger and interrupting attacks. Then, of course, Turning Strike, where it makes sense to imbue it and trigger out element abuse skills. And you also have Meteor Strike, which is solid for AoE or traveling long distances mid-combat, but can also be imbued with an element, which is unarmed combat in general is a very free-flowing combat style. It's not one combat that will solve every situation, but those are the ones that I found myself leaning towards the most in my time playing this style. As for the skill tree and how to get all of the moves that we just talked about and such, I won't cover things that you want for just like general existence in any build, like stamina, life, spirit, movement stuff, or convenience stuff. We'll just go over what affects this specific playstyle. The first thing that you really need to make sure you do is 5 points into unarmed combat. This unlocks a hell of a load of extra abilities as part of the unarmed system, but it also just increases the damage of unarmed combat in general for every point that you put into this up to the full 5 ranks, so it is very, very relevant. Next, I would say you also want 5 ranks in the grappling skill as well, just like the unarmed one. This unlocks a bunch of extra moves and combos that you can do with these types of attacks for each point that you do, but also it just increases the damage of grappling type moves. Beyond that, the things like the body slam, the vault, the kick here, the pump kick, the drop kick are less necessary necessarily important to the way that I am playing, but they are things that you can have, and if you do have them, you just have more options and more ways of fighting in the playstyle, which is useful to have. One thing that I do recommend here is Clothesline, and you can either purchase this yourself, or you can observe a black bear using this, as black bears use this all the time, and they hit me with it all the time, and I don't like when they do. However, they taught me how to use this, so I guess it's a pretty fair payment. That said, beyond that, a very important thing to note is that a lot of these attacks, like forward slash, turning slash, stab, spinning slash, not binding flash, but all the other ones that we just talked about, actually have a variant when you have your fists equipped. You can see this here if you go on the left side of the screen, fist when you're in the skill tree, and this will let you see things like Tiger's Fury. This is the replacement for turning slash when you are using your fists. It is basically the same thing from a mechanical standpoint, however, this is just what it is when you're doing unarmed. It still triggers your imbue gears the same way that you could. You can still imbue it like you could in turning slash. It's still boosted by turning slash bonuses, so it is very, very strong. The same thing goes for your heavy attacks, iron fists. Getting 3 ranks in this is the equivalent of getting 3 ranks in your heavy attack with sword or equivalent melee weapon, so it is still very relevant to this playstyle. Flying punch is the replacement for stab. It is basically the same concept. It is a forward lunge, but it is a punch instead of a stab because you're using your fists. Spinning slash here is replaced by roundhouse kick. This isn't something that I'm using all that much in this playstyle. You could, of course, use it, and it is another thing that you could put points into that would make sense. Next up, then, moving on to the red tree, the only thing that really, really matters is imbue element. You want to put all 4 points into this. Ideally, the first rank of imbue element lets you do elemental turning slash. This is replaced by elemental Tiger's Fury when doing unarmed, but it means that your Tiger's Fury, your turning slash replacement, can be imbued with element and trigger our imbue element gears as well. Then you want to also get the 4th rank. This is the 4th rank of it right here, which lets you imbue elemental meteor kick. Meteor kick is a really good gap closer. It's a pretty good AoE option as well when you're far away from things and things are nice and up. So being able to imbue elements into it and trigger our element imbue skills with it is very, very potent. It is great for things like AoE combat, or if you just want to close a gap against the boss that is pretty far away from you. For the green tree, then, you want focus at level 3. This is very, very important because level 3 focus lets you parry attacks almost automatically. It's not literally automatically, but while you're in focus mode, if you just literally spam the parry button and an enemy is about to hit you, you will just parry. Very simple. There's no time required. You can just spam that button and enemy. If they fist, this is iron fist. It's your heavy attack. And what this does is literally just produce an echo that copies your attack and does a second version of it. This doesn't like copy any effects that would activate from it. It doesn't increase our combo counter from our relentless gear that we have equipped as well, but it does just provide extra damage on attacks that you're already going to be doing. So why would you not take this? Then just
When you have bacteria on your armpit, bacteria can actually damage the skin barrier. This is an armpit. Hello and welcome to Rage Gaming for Crimson Desert. Today we're talking about something pretty special. These are the 3 hardest fights in the game, at least according to the community. One of them being argued as the hardest in the game, full stop. If you bring yourself to the knowledge tab in the journal, under bosses, there's the continent of Pywel. And here we have mighty foes, and then we have overwhelming beings. Fell off the Darkspawn, Ator Archon of Atumbra, and of course the Forgotten General. And while these are considered some of the hardest in the game, and you might want to do them for that experience alone, it's worth the fun, there are also, as they call them, legendary items. Unique pieces of gear, like a helmet that can spew freezing frost against targets. Full on buff. You don't need to be as progressed as I am. I've obviously got hundreds of hours and play at this point, and I've got max stamina, very high health at this point, nearly full spirit. What I would recommend is at very least you reach the initial blockers. The main thing, I think, is to have a weapon of choice fully refined to its max level. After that, you want to look at the jewelry for the passive benefits that they can provide. Out of all of them, I would start with a necklace for the attack and crit rate that's going to provide on top of the spirit. Obviously, you're also going to want a reasonable build setup for single target DPS. We do have some fantastic builds with all the info about that here on the channel if you want to check them out.
But for the second boss we'll cover, I do recommend you have some sort of fire setup prepared for that. There's only one cuckoo weapon that I really recommend. You don't need it, but it's a very helpful thing, and it's the Cuckoo Watcher Pack. It spawns these two little sentry bots that float around you. One fires a kind of blaster, the other fires a kind of shotgun, ultimately not doing a lot of damage, but as you can see, building up an immense amount of stuff for the duration of these fights, allowing me to get DPS windows where I otherwise wouldn't. An obvious one is having hard counters to each fight. I really don't one shot with credits of focus to the shot, so I can fire all these forward stuff, some of these very long range moves in particular, force power fully upgraded, still one power strikes, this next stage really is focus fully upgraded.
Ah, wait. Took you long enough to get here.
Obviously, being really stocked on food and supplies in general is a good idea. Spirit restore food, constant spam spirit attacks. You know, these are some of the hardest fights in the game. Overcommitting these. On that note, Palmer pills, refined Palmer pills, very good idea to be well stocked on these. On that note, big highlight, if you want to bring any elixirs you've crafted or got from quest rewards to pop during the fight, so when you restart, you get them again, very good idea. But having a nice supply of wild ginseng for no spirit cost if you're doing spirit-based DPS, or the Skyrim, which gives you no stamina cost for 4 seconds, if you build based around that instead. How hard you choose to go is up to you. But again, these are some of the hardest stuff in the game. My last tip is just remember to maximize stun windows. These fights are long because they have a hilarious amount of health. Some of the bosses you face during the story and such, they got like 5 or 6k health. These guys have double. So maximize stun windows. Do a nice combo, and always end with turning slash right before the boss is going to get up. Just extend how much damage you get out. As they're about to get up, you can then do a palm strike or a triple palm strike, applying that debuff to make them take more damage. It interrupts them further, then you can combo that to another attack. Knowing to do that means these fights last less time because you're maximizing your stun windows. Okay, first up we have a tall arc on the Tumbra. I think this is the easiest of the three. Under Payloon faction quest, you can find the Tumbra Order quest line. Darkness over the Sanctum and Cloister of Ruination. That's what you're after. As it shows us, you don't need to do all the Sanctums. What you need is the staff, the sword, and the spear, and then when you collect the spear loot, that's what's actually unlocking Archon of Tumbra. So in Hanan, bring yourself to the southwest. You've probably already done this. Sanctum of Absolution. That's where the Soul Boss fight is.
Took you long enough to get here.